Hey, what's up guys? Tito here with Aloha Android, and I got a rant video for you guys. And yeah, let's just jump right in it. I've been scouring the Webernet, I've been on YouTube, I've been seeing people's reactions to the Pixel launcher, and everyone has their opinions, and everyone's entitled to them. But then there's like a few that I've come across over the last week, and I was just like a little weirded out. And it has to do with people that give a what they call a full educated review of the Nexus launcher without actually using it. And I know some people will be like, "Well, you can make an educated review if you've seen it." No, not really. My book, no. You can't really tell people that it's a bad launcher, it sucks, or anything else if you've never actually used it. Looking is one thing. Anyone can window shop, but you'll never know how the fabric feels unless you put it on. And that's the same scenario with the Pixel launcher. I think a lot of people are judging it because based on the name Pixel. Nobody likes the fact that the next two devices that are going to be Google-centric that's coming out is going to be called Pixel. Everyone's so upset in the fact that it's not being called a Nexus. But it's even stated that Google is kind of moving on away from the whole vanilla Android thing and is now beginning to try and find ways to make Android cool and hip by giving it features and stuff like that. Things you find in TouchWiz, things you find in Sense, things you find in LG's UX or Optimus launcher, whatever you guys want to call it. There are so many things that Google is trying to branch off into now instead of just remaining with the vanilla stock theme. If things sit still, if products never actually change, if they always remain the same, then other competitors can easily pass them, and to think or to want Android to sit still on a design pattern that it's had for so many years and think that if it's not broken, why fix it type attitude, you leave room for like iOS and Windows Mobile to come out with something that's gonna be a wow factor and be considered innovative because Android just sat still for the longest time. It was the same thing that happened with like LG when LG dropped the G5 and the Stylo 2, and both those phones had the UX 5.0, which had the no app drawer at all. Everyone was like mad. It was blasphemy. That launcher was ugly. Like no one really gave it a chance. Everyone was so hell bent on having that app icon in the middle, and so it kind of forced LG's hand to release an update, which then gave now 3 options instead of 2, which was LG Home, LG Easy Home, and then LG Home with App Drawer, which was, to me, I was like, wow, you have so many different launchers on the market, like the most popular, Nova launcher, and you have Action 3 launcher. You have so many different launchers that you could have applied to your G5, your Stylo 2 to give it an App Drawer, but you forced LG's hand to create LG Home with App Drawer. Like, that's just, I don't know, I just don't get it. But the Pixel launcher is something right now that everyone is weighing in on, and while there is a lot of people that have used it and said they don't like it, kudos to them because, hey, everyone has different opinions of what they like and what they don't like. But my only beef is with people who say that it's a bad launcher, it sucks, and all this other stuff, and actually never used it at all whatsoever. Why give an educated review on something that you haven't touched? That just does not make sense. So if I ask them questions about it, that's the response I get is I never downloaded it because I think it sucks, so I never used it. Well then, if I'm going to ask you a question, an educated question, and would want an educated answer in return, you couldn't really honestly give me one. And most of them that I've commented on and asked they couldn't give me one. The whole thing was just always that what answer? It's so ugly, I never installed it. Like, come on now. Then how are you going to tell people to stay away from it? What if some people actually want a nostalgic feeling because it was compared to like the days of donuts, Android Donut, where you would swipe up to get to your app drawer. Some people had Android from way back then. Not everyone got hip to Android when Ice Cream Sandwich came out. Okay, everyone was around when there was Donut, and that was one of the things you did was you swiped up to get to the app drawer, and it's a bit of a nostalgic feeling when you do it with the Pixel launcher. You swipe up and it's like, hey, that's how they did it in Donut. That was pretty cool. So they kind of brought that back. Yeah, sure. There's not a lot of things that's working in the Pixel launcher yet because it's a leaked launcher. It was not meant to be out yet. Okay, it was mostly said that it was supposed to be with like Android 7.0. You can install it on 6.0. 5.1 for some reason you can't install it, but if you have the Nexus launcher, which was the earlier built version of this, you can use the Nexus launcher. it works the same. There's not really much of a difference. There's no difference between the Nexus launcher and a Pixel launcher other than the name. But they did add in what is to be new features in the future once this launcher is fully optimized and fully operational, and then you can get the whole Pixel experience. But right now, I would say, in my opinion, since I do use the Pixel launcher, it is about 80% done. There's not a whole lot left for it to do except for getting that swipe to the left to launch, the Google Now page. That will be in it as the same as the Google Now launcher, so you will be able to slide over and actually access that. And I think there's supposed to be some sort of connection with like the calendar part on the top, that little part that doesn't move, where people think if you long press over the date you can move it around, but you can't. Eventually that's actually going to open up or be able to connect with the Google Calendar. So there's a lot of things that's still not done yet. But my thing is that we need less window shopper reviewers and more people who actually go in and try on the product. So if you're going to give an educated review, at least use the thing before you actually do that. If you're a person that doesn't want to use it but wants to vent your opinions, then fine, state everything as opinion but not as fact. So that's it for today's rant. If you guys enjoyed it, smash that like button to let me know. Comment your thoughts on the things that I said in the comment section of this video. If you're first time checking out my channel, welcome. Hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. You can check out my past catalogs of videos. If you go to my channel, you can see everything I've talked about in the past. So that's pretty much it for right now. Thank you guys for checking out my video. Again, my name's Tito with Aloha Android. And as always, you guys will see me in the next one.